So before we start our match breakdowns, IRI just happened. It was this past weekend, and if you didn't get a chance to watch it, it was some of the best matches we've seen all year long in Power Up. Really high-end play. So I want to talk a little bit about what happened at IRI in terms of strategy. So Nick and Dan, both of you were at the event. What kind of competitive changes did you notice at IRI, and just kind of what were the trends at IRI that were different than the regular season?
I mean, one of the things that I saw later in qual matches is effective defense in different places on the field. And in finals match 3, we're going to see platform zone defense come into fruition, where you're trying to actually physically guard the cubes in the platform zone. Definitely saw a lot more positional defense than we saw even at the championship. That's what I saw.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the reason for all that defense later on was I think there was a lot more 3-scale strategy. So 3 robots on one side running the scale together. And so I think the meta kind of evolved to make a defense to go against that scale aggressive strats. So that's really what I saw in terms of changing.
I had a chance to follow along on Twitch and on the Blue Alliance, and I thought one of the things that was really interesting was how alliance selection played out, and there were like a lot of good teams that didn't get picked or got picked just didn't play. Like I think 694 really jumps to my mind. I think one of the things is that if you're doing quantitative scouting this year, so many teams are in the same range of just number of cubes per match on the scale, and so it's really hard to differentiate. And I think a lot of teams fell back upon, okay, so if I've got 6 teams who are doing the similar amount of cubes per match, I'm just going to fall back upon what I know. And I think a couple teams, I think 694 kind of being from New York City kind of got left out from the group there because they didn't come with a region that was kind of pre-packed. And so I thought that was interesting. I think as IRI continues to grow, I think this is going to be a thing where really good teams are going to miss the elimination rounds, and that's what happened there. But I honestly think that if you allowed 3 of us to form an alliance from the unpicked teams, I think there's a decent chance that they can get to the finals on the right side of the bracket.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's kind of been a historical thing at IRI too. I mean, a lot of teams will bring the smaller crews where they don't have the ability to have super detailed scouting. So they, like you said, they fall back on who they know and what they know and have experienced through the season.
Yeah, it was also one of those things where I was like, when I was thinking of the teams who didn't get picked, but at the same time, it was hard to replace any team on any other alliances. It's not like bad teams were getting picked and people were making bad picks. It's just like there were more than 32 really good teams at this event, so it was kind of crazy.
Whether you are watching live or archived, we need your help to keep fun going. You can subscribe to First Updates now on Twitch, give bits, or make a donation. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link in the description on how you can help fun.